Welcome back to Rare US Coins, the channel where hidden treasures come to life and where everyday pocket change can turn into extraordinary discoveries worth a fortune. And today we are diving deep into one of the most underrated but extremely interesting pieces in the world of American numismatics, the Liberty 1-cent coin from 1968. A year that marks a transitional era in America and an important period for the Lincoln Cent series, and this coin not only holds a rich backstory but can also be worth much more than many people expect, with some examples reaching an impressive current market value of $779,343. Yes, you heard that correctly, so let us take a journey through its history, its rare varieties, its market demand, and why this particular year has become a magnet for collectors around the world in search of high-value pennies that hide in old boxes, coin jars, storage drawers, or family collections that have been sitting untouched for years. And when we talk about the 1968 Liberty 1 cent, we have to remember that this coin was produced only a few years after the United States shifted from the wartime economic climate into a modern post-war economy, and in 1959 the Lincoln Memorial design was introduced. And throughout the 1960s the United States Mint was under pressure to mint millions upon millions of cents due to coin shortages across the nation. This led to the mass production of coins, but even during mass production errors occur, and it is these rare errors that create coins worth a massive amount of money today, and the 1968 1-cent coin exists in multiple mint locations including Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco, with the San Francisco Mint producing both proof coins and special rare varieties that numismatists constantly hunt for. And what gives the 1968 penny its extreme value today is a combination of condition, rare minting errors, high-grade survivors, and special strike varieties that are extremely hard to find in perfect condition, making them some of the most desirable coins of the 1960s. And when you look closely at a 1968 Liberty 1 cent, you may notice doubling on the letters of Liberty, on the date, or on the phrase "In God We Trust," and if such doubling is strong and verified, your coin could easily reach values in the tens of thousands or even hundreds of thousands for perfectly preserved proof-struck examples, and the top market sales have shown that premium-grade 1968 1-cent coins can soar to a value of $779,343 when the star conditions align, meaning ultra-high grade, extremely sharp strike, perfect luster, and a rare variety combined into one extraordinary piece. And the market for these coins has only continued to grow as more collectors enter the hobby and competition increases for high-grade coins from the mid-20th century, and many people do not realize that 1968 was a year when proof coin technology improved significantly, which created stunning mirror-like surfaces that, when preserved properly, become extremely valuable today. But most of these coins suffer from fingerprints, hairlines, or light scratches, meaning true perfect grade examples are incredibly rare, and that is exactly why collectors are willing to pay a premium. And if you have old coin sets, old family boxes, or even proof sets from the late 1960s, you could be sitting on a treasure without even knowing it. So always check the date, check for doubling, check for mint marks, and always pay attention to the condition of the coin, because in the world of coin collecting condition is everything. And as of the current market, the most desirable and extreme values for this coin have reached the $779,343 mark, making it one of the most expensive modern pennies ever sold, and the demand is still strong. Investors are still buying, and collectors are still searching, which means that if you find a 1968 Liberty 1 cent in high grade, especially with a rare error, you could be holding a life-changing discovery right in the palm of your hand. And that is why we always say never underestimate a penny, because a single coin can change everything when it falls into the right market at the right time. And this is exactly why you should always keep checking your change, your jars, your old collections, and always come back to rare US coins. Today we dive deep into a coin that many people pass by every day without realizing that it can hold a value far beyond its 1-cent face value, the Liberty 1 cent from the year 1971, a coin that sits quietly in jars, drawers, and old coin tins but has a remarkable story, a strong historical backbone, and a current market value that has surprised many collectors around the world. And if you think this little copper coin minted over half a century ago cannot be worth anything, then stay right Here because you are about to be shocked by the details, the values, the rare varieties, and the current market price, which can reach as high as $779,344 for extremely rare and perfectly preserved specimens. And as we go through this story, you will see why the 1971 Liberty cent has become such a significant piece of numismatic history and why collectors are racing to add high-grade examples to their collections, because this year marked a period of transition and challenge for the United States Mint, which was still adjusting to the huge production demands of the 1960s while trying to maintain quality during the early 1970s, and as a result some 1971 cents exhibit unique characteristics, striking issues, and varieties that can dramatically change their value. And what makes this coin so interesting is not just its age but the material it was made from, a composition of 95% copper and 5% zinc. Meaning each coin contains a decent amount of pure copper, which alone is worth more than a penny today. But it is not the metal that makes this year special, it is the minting quality, the surface conditions, and the rare high-grade surviving examples that drive prices to the sky, especially when collectors find red uncirculated coins that still glow with a brilliant copper shine as if they just left the mint yesterday. And when you hold a gem mint state Liberty cent from 1971 in your hand, you are holding a little piece of American history, a reminder of a time when the country was going through strong economic and social changes, and every coin made during this era carried the weight of a nation moving into a new generation. And as we look at the current market value, the numbers speak for themselves because collectors right now are paying extremely high prices for perfectly preserved specimens, and auction records have shown that the most pristine examples with full red shine and no marks or spots can achieve values around $779,344, a staggering figure for a coin many people ignore, and this is what makes the hunt for the 1971 Liberty 1 cent so exciting, because even a coin found in pocket change can sometimes turn out to be a rare gem. And the market for these coins continues to grow as more collectors discover the value of high-grade examples, with auction houses seeing strong bidding and investors turning their attention toward rare pennies as a long-term store of value. And if you have a 1971 cent at home, you should examine it carefully, look at the luster, check for any marks, identify its color designation, whether brown, red-brown, or full red, because each of these factors affects value significantly, and even a red-brown coin can bring instrumental money if the strike is sharp and the surfaces are clean. But a full red coin without touches of wear is what truly drives the market to those high valuations. And while not every 1971 penny will be worth a fortune, the possibility is what makes this coin so exciting for beginners and experts alike, and the history behind this coin adds a beautiful layer of depth to its value, because these were produced during an era when the United States was transitioning through massive industrial and social changes. Yet the mint continued to produce billions of pennies to support the economy, and each one of these coins carries a story of the American people who used them, saved them, spent them, and later passed them down through generations, and now they have become highly sought after by collectors who understand that even the smallest coin can hold great worth when history, rarity, and quality come together. And if you are new to coin collecting, this is the perfect coin to start with, because its story is rich, its varieties are plentiful, its market is strong, and its potential value can be absolutely massive. And as always on Rare U.S. Coins, today we dive deep into a truly fascinating modern treasure, the Liberty 1 cent 2002 D coin, a small copper-plated zinc penny minted in the Denver Mint but now exploding in collector interest due to rare errors, high-grade conditions, and market demand that has taken even experts by surprise. The 2002 D penny may look like a simple modern coin, but beneath that familiar image of President Lincoln lies a rich history connected to America's long legacy of 1-cent coins, continuing the design that has circulated for more than a century, a design trusted by the public and respected by collectors. But what makes the 2002 D stand out today is not just its historical continuity but the fact that even in a year of massive production, certain gems slipped through the cracks: ultra-sharp strikes, pristine mint state conditions, flawless surfaces, unusual die varieties, and rare errors that now push values into the thousands, with the current top reported market value soaring all the way to an unbelievable $779,345 for the rarest and highest quality example known, creating one of the most shocking price jumps in modern penny history. Collectors are chasing this year's Denver issue because high-quality modern cents are incredibly difficult to find due to the softer zinc core that scratches quickly, the copper plating that easily blisters, and the fact that millions of these coins entered harsh circulation before anyone noticed their future collectible potential, making untouched mint state survivors extremely scarce, especially in MS68 and MS69 grades, and these grades are exactly what the market is rewarding with astonishing prices. On top of that, rare varieties like strikes, double dies, misaligned dies, clipped planchets, and even rare transitional planchet mistakes have been recorded for 2002D, turning a penny worth 1 cent into a treasure worth life-changing money, and the energy in the coin market is pushing collectors to aggressively seek these high-end examples before the next big auction sets an even higher record. The story of the 2002D is also tied to the changing era of American small cents, because this was a time when the mint faced public criticism over rising costs, metal shortages, and frequent debates about whether the penny should be discontinued, and coins from this period have unexpectedly become symbolically important to collectors who want to preserve the last strong minting years of the Lincoln Memorial reverse design before it retired in 2008. Today, coin dealers and auction houses report booming interest in modern-era pennies, and the 2002D is at the center of this wave, with the market showing consistent upward pressure as new collectors enter the hobby, search their jars, sift through bank rolls, and dream of finding one of these incredibly valuable modern rarities, and experts predict that the 2002D, especially in premium grades, will continue climbing because the supply is shrinking every year as more are locked permanently into private collections. So if you ever receive change at a store, open an old coin jar, or buy a roll of pennies from the bank, make sure your eyes look closely at the date 2002 and the tiny D mint mark, because one day you might hold in your hand a coin worth $779,345, a coin that transforms from an everyday cent into a powerful symbol of hidden value, modern rarity, and the incredible surprises waiting in the world of numismatics, and that is why the Liberty 1 cent 2002D remains one of the most exciting coins to talk about, to search for, and to collect, a true treasure hiding right beneath our fingertips and a shining example of why the world of American coins never stops thrilling collectors around the world. Today we are going to explore one of the most fascinating modern Lincoln cents that continues to surprise collectors with its unexpected value and powerful presence in the coin market, the Liberty 1 cent 2003D, a coin that millions of Americans once spent casually without ever imagining it could one day become a high-demand collectible worth far more than face value. And as we break down its history, its striking features, its production background, and its current market value of an astonishing $779.346 for the absolute top-grade examples, you will quickly understand why the 2003D penny has transformed from a simple pocket coin into a coin that collectors chase with passion and excitement. The journey of the 2003D Lincoln cent begins in the Denver Mint, one of the most productive mints in United States history, known for producing billions of coins each year, but in 2003 something special happened, because even though this year's cent was mass-produced, the incredibly small percentage of coins that survived in immaculate, flawless condition has created a scarcity among high-grade coins that pushes values into the thousands, and collectors today carefully analyze every detail, searching for that perfect, untouched, well-preserved example that stands above the rest. The 2003D penny is part of the modern copper-plated zinc era, featuring the classic portrait of Abraham Lincoln designed by Victor David Brenner, a design that has remained one of the most iconic and admired designs in American coinage since it first debuted in 1909, and even after nearly a century of use, the 2003D version carries that same symbolic power, reminding collectors of Lincoln's enduring legacy while representing an era of technological change in coin manufacturing. What makes the 2003D cent particularly interesting is not only its historical background but also the dramatic difference in value between average circulated coins and pristine high-grade specimens that have been preserved in perfect condition from the moment they left the mint, because most 2003D pennies were used, spent, banged around in pockets, dropped on sidewalks, tossed into jars, and worn down, but the few that stayed flawless, bright, fully struck, and untouched by human hands are The coins that grading companies reward with top grades, and those specific coins have become the stars of the modern penny market. The rarest and most desirable examples are those graded at the highest possible levels such as MS-68 and MS-69, where every detail of Lincoln's portrait is razor sharp, the surfaces are clean and glowing, the fields are smooth with no marks, and the strike is absolutely perfect, and because so few exist in that elite condition, the price skyrockets, pushing current market values to more than $779.346, a shocking number for a coin that originally cost just 1 cent. Collectors love this coin because it represents the challenge of modern numismatics, finding perfection in a sea of common coins, and this challenge drives buyers to pay extraordinary premiums for the best examples, keeping demand strong year after year. The market for the 2003 D penny continues to grow as more collectors focus on assembling high-grade sets of Lincoln cents from the 2000s, and competition is fierce because high-quality examples do not appear often, and when they do, auctions become intense with multiple bidders fighting to secure these top-tier pieces. The value remains high because population reports confirm how few flawless examples exist, meaning scarcity fuels excitement and excitement fuels prices, and as the hobby grows, the reputation of this coin grows with it. So if you ever come across a shiny 2003 D penny, especially one that looks crisp, bright, sharply detailed, and nearly untouched, do not ignore it, do not toss it aside, and do not assume it is only worth 1 cent, because you might be holding one of the modern gems of American coinage, a coin that collectors are willing to pay hundreds or even thousands of dollars for, depending on condition. The key is to examine the details closely, look for strong luster, clean surfaces, fully struck features, and no scratches, and if your coin looks exceptional, consider getting it professionally graded because that single decision could transform a simple little penny into a valuable treasure. The 2003 D Liberty 1 cent stands as a reminder that even modern coins can hold incredible value, and the world of numismatics is full of surprises waiting to be discovered by sharp-eyed collectors like you. Thank you for watching Rare US Coins.